Hi, and welcome back. So, we're going to talk a little bit about how to safely leave an emotionally abusive relationship, and I'm going to expand on that and just say how to leave an abusive relationship in general. If you've been experiencing abuse of any kind, there is no doubt quite a bit of fear and uncertainty around ending the relationship. Either safety for yourself, your physical safety and emotional safety, and typically if children are involved, worry and concern on their behalf. And certainly custody issues and concerns are always a deep-seated fear. So we're going to talk about the part today we're going to address is sort of how to evaluate your safety level in ending a relationship and how to safely exit and what the things are to certainly keep in mind. The first thing that I want to say is the biggest predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So when you're looking at how your partner is going to respond when you end the relationship, one of the best ways you can determine that is by looking at past behavior. Leaving someone, especially if it's a highly committed relationship, is certainly the most dangerous time in an abusive relationship. The abusive person is going to feel very out of control, and that loss of control or feeling of loss of control is going to trigger quite a bit of anxiety for that person, and that is typically when acting out in more controlling and aggressive ways tends to escalate. So, if you have experienced emotional abuse in the relationship, you can expect that to escalate. If you've experienced physical abuse in the relationship, you can expect any of these things to escalate. Typically, what happens is the person may try to be very nice, make promises, start off really with their best foot forward, trying to get you not to leave. And then, if that boundary stays firm and stays clear and consistent, once they give up and know that you have actually left the relationship, that's when you can see the aggression tend to escalate. If there has been threats or intimidation in the past used to try to control you, and certainly if there has been any physical harm blocking you from leaving, throwing things, hurting you, physically strangling you, throwing you, pushing you, shoving you, any of those types of things. And certainly if there are any weapons that have been used in attempt to intimidate you, or to make you stay. These are all indications that the leaving the situation is going to be considerably more dangerous. So it's important to know all of your safety resources. So know about the Women's Center in your area, what resources are available to you. It's also important to have a safe exit strategy to not confront the person, your partner in person that you are ending the relationship. If you want to have that conversation in person, make sure that you do it in a public place and that the person leaves before you and that you are certain that they are gone. I would recommend not doing it in person if you have any fears or concerns about your physical safety. So making sure that you're in a safe place, that you are not alone, not only when you are telling the person that the relationship is over, but you also are making sure that you are not alone or doing any of your normal routine for quite a while after the relationship has ended. So for example, if you are a runner, don't go running in the evenings by yourself on a path that your ex knows that you frequent. That's just one example. You don't want to go to all of your usual hangouts, and certainly if you have to because you have children or activities or something like that, make sure that you're not alone. So there is safety in numbers, and so a lot of times abuse continues if the abuser thinks that the abuse is hidden and that they are going to get away with it. So making sure that that person knows that other people know about what's going on and that the relationship has ended, so that you are not facing it alone and that you've got that safety in numbers piece. Certainly, if there are any legal concerns, consulting a lawyer is incredibly important so that you know how to protect yourself, you know how to protect your children, and what your state laws, what protection they give you and provide you. Certainly, you don't want to do anything that can sabotage your situation with your children in the long run. So be sure that you're following legal advice and making sure that you and your children are safe. So those are sort of the physical safety concerns. Always know kind of what your options are as far as getting help. Um, as far as emotionally, like I said a minute ago, it's really important that you understand sort of the wave or the cycle that is likely to be set in motion once you're in the relationship. So be prepared for the person to um, really kind of go through that whole honeymoon phase where they're trying to win you back. And when that does not work, be prepared for the aggression to escalate, and just know that that is likely. And if you can look at it as further confirmation that you're making the healthiest decision for yourself and for your children, if it is an unsafe environment emotionally or physically, is really, really an important thing to keep in mind here. Leaving an abusive relationship and an emotionally abusive relationship, which all abusive relationships, every type of abuse, has emotional abuse at its core. So really understanding the complexities of ending those kinds of relationships and all the emotions that you are likely to experience, including, massive amounts of fear typically. That's really important in terms of supporting yourself moving forward. And we will talk about sort of how to deal with some of those emotions even after the relationship has ended, and helping yourself to heal from some of the abuse that you've endured. Hang in there, and please take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.